Hey everybody, welcome to Adventure Audit. Today we're taking a look at the AllPowers R600. What we're going to do is first go over the primary features and specs of this device, and then we're going to actually take it out and do some real world testing, including the solar panel as well. We're going to get that outside, show you guys what you can expect. That is a 100-watt solar panel that was included in this bundle. Of course, you could just buy just the R600. It's up to you whether you want to purchase the bundle or not. They also offer a beige color and they offer a 200-watt solar panel as well. So to go over the primary features, the first thing I want to talk about is going to be the battery chemistry. That's going to be the first thing anybody should look into when they are getting a power station or before they purchase one, is make sure it has good battery chemistry. So what I mean by that is this has LiFePO4 batteries. That stands for lithium ion phosphate batteries, okay? So compared to a traditional lithium ion battery, or worst case scenario, a lead acid battery, this is gonna be the safest option for you, and it's pretty much the leading battery chemistry right now in the power station market. So it's good to see that they put a high quality battery into this power station. It also comes with 299 watt hours of output and 600 watts of maximum output. So another thing that's very important when you're looking into the rated output of solar panels is going to be, first of all, whether they're advertising purely the surge power or whether they're advertising the continuous power. So luckily, in the case of AllPowers, they're being very truthful right off the bat, displaying the 600 watts of max output, which that is actually not even the surge. So it actually can handle up to 1200 watts. So if they wanted to be a little bit tricky with their marketing, like other companies do, some companies would say 1200 watts power station, but that would be misleading if they did that, because that's just for a surge. So for example, if you're plugging in, let's say something high end like a microwave or an air conditioner, devices like that have an initial higher output than what they're going to run at once they're being ran continuously. So that is essentially what that means. So once again, 600 watts continuous output and 1200 watts surge. And another important metric of that is going to be, this is a pure sine wave inverter. So compared to a modified sine wave or any other option out there, this is going to be best suited for replicating exactly the same conditions that a traditional house outlet would have. So what that means is this is going to be perfect for all your sensitive electronics like game consoles, TVs, anything like that. Stuff like fans and light bulbs, that doesn't really matter, but anything that's actually a more complicated or advanced electronic, you're going to want that. So it's great to see that it is a pure sine wave inverter. It also has a very nice app with lots of customization within the app. So I highly recommend you guys take a look at that if you do purchase this solar panel, or excuse me, this power station, is utilizing the app. There's tons of features in there. The next thing I want to go over is it does support 220 watts of max solar input. So as you can see, this is the 100 watt solar panel, but they also offer a 200 watt solar panel as well. So you can get either one of those within the package as you're ordering. I think the 100 watt panel is perfect for the portability of it. I already have a 200 watt panel, and ultimately I think that the 100 watt panel is perfect for a middle ground of ease of use. And at the end of the day, when you're using a small power station like this, 100 watts is still going to be perfectly fine. So we'll show you guys actually a rated output of what this solar panel gets, so you can see how quickly you can expect it to charge and everything like that. But overall, it's really nice to see that they have a pretty good solar input there of 220 watts. You can also recharge from 0 to 99% in just 1 hour. I tested that out the other day, so that is definitely good to see. It also has a UPS battery backup function, so if it detects a power outage, it will actually switch over in less than 10 milliseconds is what they have stated on their website. So that is very nice to see. Going over the ports that are offered here, you got 2 USB-Cs, 2 regular USBs, and then you have these nice AC ports, which actually have these dust covers on it as well. So that is very nice to see. The actual car cigarette port has the same thing as well, so that is good to see there. It has a light, which has low, medium, and then an SOS feature as well, so that is nice to see. Looking at the top, you have a wireless charger pad built right into the device. That is very nice to see, and it's been very useful for me. If we turn it around to the side here, you can see some of the output options that we have. So this on the left, let me open this up for you guys. This is going to be the actual primary charging port. for your AC usage, and then this is going to be the fuse breaker, and then that is on the right side your solar intake, or your solar input, excuse me. All right, first thing we are testing out here is a 55-inch Samsung TV. We're currently pulling about 74 watts, 75 watts. This is going up and down just a little bit. Now I have the volume only at like 2 or 3 right now, just so I can actually talk to you guys. So maybe it'd pull a little bit more, maybe another 2 to 3 watts with the speaker fully turned up. But overall, that is about what you can expect. So showing on the actual device right here, you can see it's showing 3 hours of estimated runtime remaining. Now that's gonna slightly change just based off of the fact that my watts is going up and down. So see, like we just saw that go down to now 2 hours, but it might go back up to 3 hours. See, there you go. So it's changing a little bit because the actual TV doesn't have a consistent output, but I would probably say maybe, you know, 2.5 hours to 3.5 hours, somewhere in that range probably. Alrighty, next thing I have running here is this light bulb. And here's what we are pulling. Only 9 watts. And this is a pretty nice light bulb. It's pretty bright, puts off a good amount of light in the nighttime. So as you can see there, we are averaging about 13 hours of estimated runtime. So that is really nice to see overall. Definitely very, very usable for something like a light bulb or something small like that. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next test. All right, this is the next item that I'll be running. It's a Verizon router. So it looks like we're averaging about 5 watts on average. You can see it's going up and down right now. But 5 to 6 watts is about what you can expect with a Verizon router like the one that I have. If you want to know the specifics, it's a 5G home internet router. So it actually runs off of the cell towers. And during power outages, it's really nice because I've used this now multiple times where even during a power outage, if you run your router and a lot of the cell towers have backup power. And so you'll still be able to get internet even during a power outage as long as you can run your router. Now, obviously I can't speak for everyone's use case, but for my own, it was very nice to run this router and have no anxiety about it. Being able to run it, I mean, lots of runtime, as you can see there. Let me zoom in, 15 hours right now. And that's gonna change maybe a little bit, going between 13 to let's say 16 hours, just depending on what the actual output is on your own device, but definitely will have no problem running a router. Next thing I'll show you quickly is it charging an iPad. So let me plug in my iPad here. That's charging now. And it looks like we are averaging about 12 to 13 watts with an estimated runtime of 21 hours. The next thing that I'll be showing you guys is a heated blanket. We have it on the medium temperature here. And it looks like we are pulling about 105 to 110 watts on average, somewhere in that range now. I expect that would go down once this blanket actually gets up to temperature and it's not running consistently, because right now I just turned it on and so it's trying to get up to temperature, versus once it's at temperature, it would likely run slightly less wattage. So bear that in mind, but regardless, we are showing about 2 hours of estimated runtime with what we're currently drawing from the device. Now we're gonna run a smart fan, or not necessarily a smart fan, but this is a little different than just your average fan, being that it has an actual screen on it, and it also measures the temperature inside, and it does have an oscillation mode, but I do not have that on right now. But overall, I would imagine it pulls a couple watts more than just a typical standard house fan. Nonetheless, we are pulling 28 watts from this right now, which, as you can see, that is going to net you about 5 to 6 hours of runtime based off the current output. Now, what I'll do is bump it up to its top setting. See if that changes it very much. Alrighty, so now you can see we are at 45 watts output with 4 hours of estimated runtime with this fan on. Now, before we move ahead and start actually testing the solar panel, I want to show you guys the cables that they included. Now, it's pretty nice that they included all these different cables that you see here with the solar panel. Now, of course, when you purchase this solar panel, you can purchase it as a standalone unit, or you can purchase it as a bundle when you are getting the R600. But for what I think here is that they treated us pretty well by including all these different cables. So the most common one that you guys will probably be using is going to be this one. This is an XT60 cable, or it's actually technically an MC4 to XT60. This is what actually plugs directly into the back of the power station. You also have a couple different adapters there. And then this one, I'm not honestly quite sure what to call this one, other than it has like a barrel plug almost. I'll pop that up in the editing, I'll pop up what this actually is. But overall, it's nice to see that they included everything. So we're gonna go ahead and test this out. We have our cable that we need here. Let me get this all aligned. So looking at the back of the solar panel here, you'll have this pouch right here. And inside of it, you have your MC4 connections. Alrighty, we have the solar panel running here now. So what we're gonna do is do a quick time lapse to show you guys the average output that we get from this, and we'll go from there. So as you guys may have saw, the output drop there a little bit towards the end. I just want to show you why real quick. So looking up at the sky, as you guys can see, we have a little bit of cloud coverage. Now it doesn't look like much, but that obviously still affects it a good amount just by having that cloud coverage there. So at the end of the day, that's why this is a quote unquote real world test. I don't want to show you guys the perfect, most extreme conditions. I want to show you guys what you can actually expect. So hopefully that time-lapse video helped you guys, but I just wanted to show you towards the end there why it dropped. So I tried to move it around a little bit, but I think it's just that with the slight overcast that we have right now in the cloud coverage, it's just how it is. Overall, though, that output is pretty much what I would expect, so I still think that performed very well. So overall, I'm really happy with how the R600's performed. I've been using it now for several weeks, so I've done quite a bit more testing than what you guys just saw on video, because I wanted to make sure this is actually a good power station and it doesn't have a bunch of faults or anything like that. And I can say this is a really good power station. I think that for the price that this comes in at, it has more than enough features and a very nice quality to it, especially the battery chemistry. That's the #1 thing. So overall, very happy with this. I think the app and all the features that this offers at the price is just great. So I'm going to drop a link in the description so you guys can check it out if you'd like. And keep in mind, AllPowers does have some other larger power stations as well. So you can either purchase it directly through their website or Amazon as well. So thank you guys for watching and have a good day.